Hello YouTubers. This video is a small lesson how to control the Vacon VFD via PROFIBUS by the Siemens S7-1200 series PLC. You can find the information about used hardware in the description of this video. Let's take a quick look at the Vacon PROFIBUS cards. For Vacon NXS series VFDs there are two PROFIBUS cards, OPTC3 and OPTC5. The only difference between these two cards is a PROFIBUS connector. Let's have a closer look at the OPTC5 PROFIBUS card. Here is a PROFIBUS DB9 female connector. These two jumpers switch bus termination on or off. If the VFD is the last on the bus, the bus termination should be on. These three LEDs are the status LEDs. Green is the field bus status. Yellow is the PROFIBUS board status. Red is the PROFIBUS status. The meaning of the status LEDs can be found in the OPTC user's manual. Install the board into the slot E. Commissioning. After installation of the PROFIBUS card it must be parameterized. You need to set the slave address, baud rate, PPO type and operate mode. To access these parameters you need to navigate to the menu M7, Expander Boards, then navigate to G7.5, OPTC5 and G7.5.1, Parameters. Parameters need to correspond to those that are set in the Siemens hardware configuration. For parameterization you can use a program called NCDrive. Let's take a look at the PPOs. PPO is a parameter process data object. Using the PPO the master accesses the slave cyclically. The PPO is divided into two areas. PKW area is used to monitor and or change any parameter in the VFD. PZD area contains control words, setpoint values, status words, and actual values. Parameter field is divided into four words. ID is the type and number of the parameter. It occupies one word. IND is subindex of the parameter. It occupies one word as well. Value is the value of the parameter. It occupies two words. Process data can be up to 10 words. CW stands for control word. It contains control bits for slave. SW stands for status word. It contains feedback information from the slave. Ref stands for reference value 1. For example it can be speed setpoint. ACT stands for actual value 1. For example it can be actual speed. And there are 8 additional process data words. Some actual values like motor current, motor power, motor's torque, active fault code and so on can be monitored via these additional process data words. How to pick up the right PPO that would suit your needs? Well, let's look up at the matrix of the PPOs. By choosing PPO1 you will be able to monitor and change the parameters of the VFD. Also, you will be able to send main commands to the VFD and get feedback from it. PPO2 will allow you to monitor and change the parameters of the VFD, send main commands to the VFD and get feedback from it, same as PPO1. In addition you will be able to monitor additional 4 values. If you choose PPO3, you will be able to send main commands to the VFD and get feedback from it. It is designed for simple application tasks. PPO4 is same as PPO3, but you will able to monitor additional 4 words of process data. It could be current of the motor, torque, speed, and so on. PPO5 will allow you to monitor and change the parameters of the VFD, send main commands to the VFD and get feedback from it, same as PPO1. In addition you will be able to monitor additional 8 values. In this example I am going to use PPO3. I am going to configure Vacon VFD with NCDrive. To connect to the VFD I am using serial communication. It is RS-232 cable and USB to serial converter. The communication options need to be set in order to connect to the VFD. Click on Tools. And select Options from drop-down menu. An options window will open. Click on Communication. a communication tab will show up. Here you can set up a communication parameters. From Connect using drop-down menu you can choose RS-232 or Ethernet. I have chosen RS-232. Next you need to select COM port. You can find out the COM port number from Device Manager. The number of my COM port is 9. If your PC does not have native COM port and you want to use serial communication, then you need to get USB to serial converter, but make sure that it uses FTDI chip, because sometimes automation equipment has issues with converters that uses prolific technology. Set the baud rate to 57,600. Apply the changes and you are ready to go online. Connection to the VFD is successful. It is time to set the parameters of the PROFIBUS card. The slave address is 9. Baud rate is automatic. You can set the baud rate that corresponds to your PROFIBUS network. PPO type is 3. Operate mode is PROFIDrive. Parameters are set. It is time to create a project in Siemens TIA Portal. Create a new project and add S7-1200 PLC. Add the PROFIBUS communication processor. Switch to the network view and add a Vacon NXS slave from the hardware catalog. The path to the Vacon VFD general station description. Assign the station to the master. Set the PROFIBUS address 9. Select Vacon NXS slave, switch to the device view and add PPO3. Download hardware configuration to the device. Hardware configuration is downloaded to the PLC, it is time to write control program. Expand program blocks and create a new function block. I have selected programming language SCL and gave a name control to the function block. Let's declare variables in the interface section of the function block. Variables have been declared, it is time to write the control program itself. To read and write data, peek and poke functions are used. Here is a description of the peek and poke area. First step is to get data from the VFD and populate it. Next step is format message for the slave and send it. Let's test the connection between PLC and Vacon VFD. As you can see, the connection is established. Diagnostic shows that it is Vacon VFD. Module is available and OK. To test a control function, let's create a watch table. As you can see, the function works well. We can read data from the VFD. Let's try to run the motor. Speed value need to be positive if you want to run motor forward. As you can see, the motor is turning forward. Let's change the set point of the speed. Speed of the motor changes according to the set point. Speed setpoint value must be negative in order to run the motor backward. As you can see, we can successfully control Vacon VFD via PROFIBUS by Siemens S7-1200 PLC. Thank you for watching. I hope you have enjoyed the video and learned something new.